Hey, so I wanted to make this video to talk about something that kind of makes me laugh, but something that I feel like a lot of people are really woefully misinformed about, and it's really, really annoying. If you've ever watched a Rihanna video, you ever watched a Beyonce video, you ever watched any video involving any black female artist usually, or a Jay-Z video, or a Kanye West video, or pretty much anything that involves a black artist who is really famous. Okay, so watch any of those videos and then look at the comments. There's going to be a whole bunch of people claiming that this person is in the Illuminati. They sold their soul to the devil and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history lesson, a very microscopic, pathetic history lesson that's going to tell you what the Illuminati actually were, what they were about, and why they have the bad name that they have today. So the Illuminati does not exist anymore. Let me first say that, and it's a fact. The Illuminati does not exist, so you can keep talking about it all you want, because in our current political landscape there isn't an apparent need for Illuminati. We could go into whether or not there's a need for that, but the Illuminati was an organization that, well, not really an organization, but it was a name given to people who were part of the movement towards enlightenment. It was people who were looking outside of the church to find new information and to find scientific discoveries and just things about life, things about people, things about the world that the church was not teaching anybody. And this was at a time when the church ruled everything. So, of course, they didn't like this because they wanted their religious oligarchy to continue, and they wanted everyone to believe in the same thing, which is impossible to achieve. And they claimed that the Illuminati were Satan worshippers, and there's a whole other thing about Satanists. You know, Satanists were just people who rejected the church. They were not Satan worshippers. There was never a group of Satan worshippers that was actually anything serious. So anyway, I won't get into that. That's like a whole nother topic. But this is why the Illuminati were, you know, their name was soiled in this way, because and this is why now we have a negative connotation to Illuminati, and you have the guy whipping himself in the back with the Da Vinci Code and all that shit. And that's what you think of when you think Illuminati, right? But really, the Illuminati was nothing like that. They have this name because the Catholic Church bestowed it upon them. It's the exact same thing that happened to Satanists. And for people to talk about Illuminati now is just ridiculous. I think maybe they just, like, I don't know. Anyone who looks at that word and thinks that it has anything to do with evil is, I mean, you just don't know what the word means. Illuminati, I mean, it's the word is right in front of your face. And if you understand English, you can pretty much decipher what Illuminati means. It's the plural of the Latin word illuminatus, which means enlightened. And yeah, I'm reading off Wikipedia because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I know people will just jump down my throat for not being exact. But for anyone to think that Illuminati is something that's evil, I mean, it's laughable and ridiculous. And it's really funny to me how people will say that Rihanna sold her soul and all this stuff. Meanwhile, she goes and talks about being a Christian, and so does Beyonce, and so does Jay-Z, and all that shit. So, and they're really the most mainstream, agreeable people that you could see. Like, even Jay-Z is like the most agreeable person now. Like, he's coming out after Obama saying shit about gay marriage, which I could go into a whole nother video about Jay-Z and NWA and NAACP and all that shit right after Obama says whatever. I'm getting off track. So yeah, Illuminati, not a thing. Stop acting like there's a cult of people who are giving people fame and all this stuff, because it doesn't make any sense. If you actually thought about it, you would realize how stupid it is, and you need to research the Illuminati, what they actually were, and get a little bit more educated on the subject before you go and talk about Rihanna and all this stuff. It's ridiculous. It's annoying, and it just makes you look stupid.